Remind me.
Well, that is a Tim's Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
It is a Tim's Earth Spirit. So we got that one. I know it now.
Alright, TNC, I want to see some pressure with that Earth Spirit mid.
Yeah. Me too. These last 2 days. And even before that in EU, the Earth Spirit has been underwhelming. Even when played by the best of the best.
The hero did just get nerfed, although or everybody's had a bad week on the hero, I guess.
I like this a lot for TNC right now. It's the same H Bat Rider. Gives them a lot of catch, some single target. Fnatic's team.
Yeah, he's been forcing out a ton of solo kills. Ooh, this is a hero that got let through.
Yes. He got banned in a lot of other games.
So Omni did match. The big thing is that his Degen aura is now 50 radius shorter. I think it used to be 350, now it's 300.
10 seconds remaining.
And also I think his starting intelligence is slightly lower. So that means less spells overall in the lane. But what it doesn't change is the fact that sometimes you just need... His presence in the off lane just demands at least 2 people to be there to shut him down. And if you don't have 2 people to shut him down, then he becomes a pretty annoying hero once the mid game rolls around.
It's a good answer to the Bat Rider. Something to protect.
Remaining.
The Queen Band comes out from TNC, one of Abed's favorites. I don't know if it's actually his favorite, but he does really well on it. Who knows, maybe he doesn't like. And Fnatic bans out the Razor, again a TNC special.
The Razor makes a lot of sense because when you repel and Guardian Angel your core, you want to use that time to be able to go protect your core. I'm gonna still Link because Link just bypassed all of that and you're suddenly caught in an awkward spot.
Yep.
So for the first time in multiple games, I want to say in like 5. That is also one of Abed's best hero. We'll see if they do grab it up. There's a lot of issue with the Tinker mid. It has a poor matchup against Earth Spirit rolling in.
True.
Bat Rider is generally considered as a Tinker counter because he's so good at playing around trees.
They did win the Summit qualifiers at Game 5 on the back of Abed's Tinker.
Right, but I don't think there was a Bat in that game.
If this tournament has taught me anything, Abed can carry anything. Doesn't matter counter heroes. If he has a good lane, he'll do.
Damn.
There's just sometimes it doesn't work that way. There's exceptions to the rule. Some people are too heavy.
Damn.
Are you specifically referring to anybody?
Nope.
Okay.
Because that is better for my job. No, I mean, Abed, it has shown that he is in a comfortable position, obviously. And I'm sure that being in a comfortable environment for him, where he feels at home, makes a difference. And his team is enabling him a lot as well. They know how to play around him. Alright, we have a Warlock. Team fight coming out for TNC, and that is most of their bonus time used for that as well. What do you make of that pick, Lumi? Do you like it?
I think the 3rd time today now.
Yeah.
It also allows... It gives TNC a lot of leeway in the mid game. They could play a very offensive game with the Bat Rider and a defensive one with the Warlock. Like you put. So regardless of how the rest of the draft goes, TNC has multiple ways to play this mid to late game. With that said though, I'm not sure if Warlock is strong enough as a hero to push Omni Knight away from the lane. So I think this carry pick needs to also be a relatively strong laner.
When Fnatic and they won that game pretty handily.
They probably should have lost though. If it weren't for Abed's heroics.
This is true. This was
They
the Queen
should
of
have lost
Pain
that
game.
game.
Yeah.
That might be a position 5 Pylite Nyx.
Okay, what makes you say that?
It's one of his favorite hero. He's practiced it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is more for like the hero.
And I guess Omni Knight's already going off lane with Tusk as a 4 position.
Yeah.
5 seconds
Yeah, that makes sense.
remaining.
In his words, it's incredibly greedy, and of course, there's really lacking of a demon or something that lead the stun. But if you could get away with the position 5 Nyx Assassin, it's a 5 support that gives you vision in the late game, which is incredibly rare. And also, well, it counters a Batrider really well. So it fills a lot of holes in this draft.
Juggernaut's a great hero against Nyx Assassin though. Spike Carapace ain't got nothing on his Blade Fury. Can't get away from that.
It might be
But that means that Omni Knight is
a support instead. I think Nyx is the better 5 than the Omni is,
I
but
would agree with that.
because I feel like dependent and level dependent, and we haven't seen Juggernaut in a long while.
No, not at all this week. All right. Let's see what they have for us as the 4th pick. All right, they got a pick. But we do have another Abed Storm with an Omni Knight in the pool,
Yep.
Turn to ban.
which is extra strong.
Just TNC has to pick something that can punish this hero right now.
What punishes this hero?
Mid during laning phase, things like there are a lot of heroes actually. Storm things like Queen of Pain, which is banned
5
out.
seconds remaining.
Puck. Ember.
On it. I guess you still have the Batrider.
Death
But-
Prophet does well against him in lane. And most of so you want to pair him with something that has kill potential.
The thing is, Nyx is so good against pretty much everything you said, right? Nyx is great against the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, forget I don't know why I said Ember. I think I was just looking at Ember on the Prophet.
Templar Assassin.
TA does lane well against Storm, but I don't think that's the hero. Fortunately, he's banned out.
Oh, they banned out the Anti-Mage. They're expecting Juggernaut to be middle.
Well, they just don't. Yeah, Juggernaut can go mid, and TNC was actually the originator of the mid Juggernaut back in, I don't know, like 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
And Juggernaut would have kill potential with the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, they just don't want to have
10
Mono
seconds
Void to be
remaining.
A thing.
They're just like featuring this entire draft around Storm.
Oh, Anti-Mage would have been amazing. So Medusa last pick does look slightly greedy, but then again,
It's kind of greedy.
10 seconds
Just because
remaining.
both those heroes need a lot of levels. Omni Knight sort of wants to stay in his lane for a
5
while.
seconds
but they
Not gonna
need
move
levels,
around.
not gold. That helps, right?
Do they invoke her again?
You said it would happen, Charlie.
I called it. I thought it would be the other way around, though.
But you called it. You called it like hours ago that this would be the last pick of the last game.
All right.
Is it a good start? Oh. But I am going to ask you who you think is going to win this first game.
I don't.
The third game. Sorry.
I mean,
third.
Yes, sir.
I'm jinxing Fnatic. I think this is a pretty good Storm game actually. I don't
so you're going with the Storm.
Yeah, I don't say that. The one downside to Fnatic's draft is they're kind of greedy with their cores. They have 2 cores that aren't. They're just not going to do anything for a very long time.
It's going to go fast.
I don't want to bet against my boy Jackie, but TNC is going to just run at them. I feel like this mid-juggernaut's going to bring the heat, and they're going to be able to push with Healing Ward.
Look at that.
As well as, Warlock heals.
My panel is split. Who am I to get in between that? So we'll leave it at that. Let's find out who is going to the major in Sweden.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, the final game at the final match of the day as we find out who will succeed and who will head over to Sweden. Fnatic versus TNC, Game 3. In DreamLeague, have we? We've not seen any of the DreamLeague games.
We've been talking about this hero like every day because we've been seeing a lot of people practicing with it. After Ame had the showing of the Battle Fury Slark, I saw Envy spamming it non-stop. We're in for a treat, Owen.
I mean, is it a good game for Slark?
It does look like a pretty solid game if they can snowball, and they do have the lineup for it. They have Sam H on Batrider. But like I said, I think this is his best hero.
Yep.
They have Cook Juggernaut, who, I mean, I think TNC was one of the first teams to actually play and use that aggression. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if it's able to work out for them. Will we have Pylai Dai, the only Swede, make it to Sweden
with
a major? This will be the decider.
I mean, I think that probably is a big thing for Pi. I'm sure he'd love to come back to Sweden for a LAN.
Of course.
I bet he would.
Yeah,
he is going to play as... Not that the rest won't, but definitely sort of a little special attachment there for Pi this game.
Can TNC close the game out before this Storm and Medusa go crazy?
Stupendous.
Oh boy.
We will see. Fnatic, I think they have a very good win rate. I'm pretty sure on the Omni Knight too. Ohio has been playing it very nicely. This hero also has been just popping up all over the place. Oh, look at that, as I say it. Thank you. Nox read my mind. Honestly, thank you, Nox. 5-0 in this 7.07 patch. He did get slight nerfs. He lost 2 int at the start of the game, as well as his degen aura lost. Still is about the same after that laning phase. He does get his arcane boots up. He does get the soul ring. Alright, he does get the phase boots into the soul ring.
Oh, look at this block as well. They're able to get with the tusk. That's very nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
I feel like this dual lane from TNC can get punished by this really. Warlock, can he really do too much about these 2 heroes?
He's a ranged hero. I think the biggest thing I think the biggest thing is they will be able to get. I think the most priority for TNC is shut down Abed with Storm and Earth Spirit. They do have kill potential if he steps up too far, so it's going to be really important to keep the lane at an advantage. They need to make Abed step down into that river and connect with Rolling Boulder and Spin.
He's heading down.
The job of 1437 in this top lane is literally just they connect but unable to commit under the tower.
Decent chunk of damage nonetheless up top. Look at this aggression onto Raven. Both Ohio and DJ just charging in. Playing around the fact that they have this lane. This wave shoved right in. Raven will get the jump forward, gets the pounds. Starts to hit in to Ohio. And has already got that point, of course, in the essence shift. So,
so they'll be able to put more pressure onto Raven than the Batrider is able to put in. So, I mean, a lot of the pressure on TNC is really what can Tims make happen around the map, because they don't want to take this game to the later stages. They have to be able to run at Fnatic. Abed getting dove up here by Kuku.
That's a lot of damage from that blade here. So look for the roll in. Made the connection, Tims.
Makes it to the opposite high ground.
I was going to say, that's a nice little play, isn't it? Rolling from that angle. You either connect.
Raven here. To be expected with this dual melee. So all up to 1437 just to pull, non-stop pull the lane back so they can at least get some better levels out of this top lane. Farm jungle so quickly. SMH never having mana bottom, both from the Mystic Snake as well as the mana burn from Nyx. The lane verse.
Doing alright CS though compared to Medusa.
Yeah.
8 for 3, 7 for 1. You know, by no means is this a lane that Fnatic are strongly winning.
Yeah, a bit surprising to actually see that. Mid. Look at DJ's. Abed here. Abed's hitting at low mana. Kind of baiting them out. Cuckoo really wants to make the commitment there.
It's a hard kill though for Fnatic to make with those two.
Forcing Cuckoo out of the wave now. For the time being, he's going to run right back in though. He does have spin available. Top, the pounce connects onto Ohio. Some essence shift stacks. But no kill threat just yet.
I wonder what the build will be from this with this Lark, as you said, from the pub games that you've been seeing from the pros. You've been telling me Battle Fury has been touched upon.
It has as fast as possible. They don't want to play the farm game in this one whatsoever. They just want to go for Aquila, Shadowblade, Treads, the standard. TNC. But they do have a slight gold lead, but as far as the last hits go, it is in Fnatic's hands at the time being. And SamH, even though Batrider is one of his best heroes, he's playing Tusk, so those multiple saves coming out versus that lasso could be quite annoying. 1437, he stepped up too far. The rotation from DJ.
Yeah, they've got with this Shards, Purification, not enough damage to get the kill.
For the chase down, which I think would have maybe netted them the kill there.
No player really getting left too behind. SamH Bat on 10, everyone else on the 20 mark. The mid lane, a bit of a difference of course with Cuckoo. 29 for 10.
Pretty much every single Storm does this now. You get level 5, solidify getting your 6 pretty much by using first Shrine and jungling a bit, and then go back to your lane. So you can just safely escape with your Ball Lightning on top of
Raven does kick on up.
Doesn't have
they've already pounced. They do surround him. He's got the Shadow Word heal. Is it enough to keep him alive? They're trying to block him off. He pops the stick charges. Ohio has to be a little careful himself.
He's got Mango and heal.
Getting a little low. Not quite enough. They'll continue to chase. First blood actually ended up being down bottom where SamH got in and 1 versus 2 gets the kill on the Nyx assassin.
That is very surprising. I guess he just got enough for that one there.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower,
and not having an Orb of Venom between these two melee heroes top is really I think they would have gotten at least 1 or 2 kills from that. That little bit of extra slow would have let them close the gap here. But prioritizing having boots on DJ. Either way, they are still putting a ton of pressure onto that Slark, and Ohio is free farming up here as an Omni.
Still the joke with the lead.
Absolutely.
Guess the regen win as well, but the dream for Cuckoo. Up top, this time it's going to be successful. They get the kill onto 1437. May pay with some of their lives.
Walks into Ancients.
Oh, they do actually have the Ancients turning onto them. Abed, can he do anything to clean up? That's the question. He's looking forward, getting the slow onto 2. These would be some tasty kills if he can find them, and he'll get Tims at least. So the 1-for-1 support trade. Things starting relatively close between these two sides. No sort of clear loser off the back of these early lanes.
Just maybe the Slark from the pressure, but he's still farming decently, and he's got catch.
Sure. Not too bad at all.
Yeah, it's to be expected versus a dual, this like heavy, this strong dual melee. TNC wants to be able to get a bit more though out of these. Is now level 6. Hasn't skilled the lasso yet. He's saving the point to see, depending on what situation happens. Tims steals the bounty rune from Abed. Abed really wanted to fill his bottle up there, and Tims will be able to heal up. But he still does have clarities running. Maybe he'll jungle and then go home.
Oh, and they get aggressive again. They get that kill onto 1437. A couple of times this has happened up top now.
Yeah. To help that top lane this time around.
All right, Warlock's going to suffer every single time that those two heroes charge in on him.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the phase boot build from Ohio. I really do like that on the off lane, because you can get that chase down, especially for Tims on his way up there as well. Ohio.
He's got the GA. Trying to run.
Tims does not connect
they
with the
should
roll.
get the... Oh, that's
or the stun.
The snowball, that's going to save him.
Yeah.
A few resources committed by TNC. They're trying to make that play happen. And it ends unsuccessfully.
Yeah, Tims actually ends up missing all 3 spells there. But either way, the snowball was going to come in and more than likely save Ohio. Envy's getting a much better start this time around.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he's mostly free farming, not complete free farm, but he's getting some decent last hits versus this solo lane Batrider. And now there is a level of Carapace on Pi, so it's a lot harder for SMH to threaten this lane without any other heroes rotating. Getting jumped, Abed, using that fountain regen.
Oh, he's going to roll himself out, and that will be enough to save him. Gets himself away to the healing ward. Cuckoo leading in. Does have the Omni Slash, but still enough.
Down from TNC here, so they are able to see the rotations coming out from Fnatic. And some double D-warding coming out. DJ takes out one of their wards as 1437 takes out the other one near it, too. And Ohio with that level 7, that max purification, 300 pure damage. Pretty painful. Whenever Warlock leaves, there's no heal for Raven, so he's got to go resort to jungle for a bit.
Lovely as a storm, aren't they?
Yeah.
Having that magic to go through those big old ancients nice and easily.
Raven.
He's got the pounce. Yeah. He's still fine.
Scan comes out, catches Tim's rotation toward that mid lane, but TNC, they will. 3 games they really have prioritized as taking buildings.
They are.
Which is great.
Didn't pay off in the last one, even though they got the early objectives.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, certainly gives them the boost, and as we see, you know, this Jug, he is getting bigger and bigger off the back of this. Yeah. And there is going to be this point of the game where he can offer that bit more to the game than, say, Envy's Juicer, which is going to need more time.
Yeah, definitely needing a lot more time. And that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I think TNC is really going to prioritize more this time, though, watching those Ancients. They tried to last time, but, you know, Abed went kind of out of control and they couldn't do much about it. I think this time they have much better avenues to get those wards up and contest that one with their heavy amounts of teamfight and Batrider.
They still don't really have a great way of taking them. Up top, indeed. Snowball connects for Raven's out with Shadow Dance.
With the Warlock and the Earth Spirit once they get their level 6s. Definitely stronger than the side of Fnatic. Pretty much Omni Knight has to be there for Fnatic to be able to take fights, but we said it before, we said it last game, Storm and Medusa take time. 1437 has hit level 6 on Warlock. Tim's almost there as well on Earth Spirit.
Yep, Pine nearly getting level 6 as well on next Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice for trying to catch him out.
And as we mentioned, it will be the standard Slark build. Yes, beat up the Shadow Blade after treads and Aquila.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Envy able to continue now. Like we said, they're very prioritized. Priority is objective-based gaming from TNC. They're going to look to push down this bottom tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes, I mean again.
Yep.
TNC doing as they do.
Fnatic doesn't want to take these kind of fights.
Sure, yeah, you don't want to turn up with the Storm Woman's used quite yet.
No, they gotta farm. They gotta get there. At least the Storm needs that one big item before it can actually get involved into anything. Ohio. Lots of damage onto
Yeah,
Raven.
Raven just has to TP out. It is spooky this Omni Knight at this stage. Level 9, running him down.
He wants to just farm the triangle neutral area after pushing out mid. They do have a ward down watching Envy. Sam H is in the area. There's a Warlock there
He's
too.
got the lasso. Look at the drag off, and as you say, they do also have... And Stone Gaze will not save Envy.
He never got the mana shield off. He was farming with mana shield, not on, so he doesn't have that damage mitigation.
And they may lose more here. DJ getting knocked back by the flame break into the boulder smash. He's got the TNC.
Now they're going to turn this into a bottom push. They have level 3 healing ward available too. Going to put it down. The invasion plays really coming out for TNC right now. That mana raindrop plus Carapace will survive. Now Ohio and Abed, they show up to the fight bottom.
Just hit the casuals of Sam H, but turn around. The silence is there from the Earth Spirit. They pop the GA Fnatic. They're trying their best to fight up against this, but this Magnetize doing a lot of work from Tim's as Fnatic, they're ticking down low. Jump forward from Raven. He's ready to turn up to the fight. Envy falling low. The snowball comes out, picking him up, buying some time for Envy to escape. Can this Envy get out of there? Raven. They do manage to bring down Cuckoo. Sam H, though, he does end up finding the kill on Envy, who ticks out inside the base.
Yeah,
from the flame break.
He had high sticky stacks on. He had like 60 HP or so. That flame break doing a heavy amount of damage. And this is what we were talking about. The level 6s, as soon as TNC has them, that's when they can rank up and actually just start pressuring incredibly hard. So now taking a tier 2 bottom. They've already warded one side of the Ancients. The next one, we've already seen them pinging out. They ward up the second one. They don't block it, though. They want to take fights around that, is what we were mentioning. Around that Ancient whenever the Medusa tries to go for them. And so far, TNC looking pretty good this time around. Just like last time, the first 15 minutes, very solid from TNC. Shadowblade is finished up for Raven now, too.
And they want to do something with it.
Yeah, they can keep this aggression. With that deep ward they placed earlier, they're looking to try to go for him here. Envy. Uh-oh.
This is another big pick. They have the grab, dragging him back into the range of Pyres.
It's like they knew Pi was there,
let's get that.
That stun and silence both stun and silence caught on him, even though they did not see him. And now they're turning it into a tower push, the healing ward.
I'd say it's the TNC push, run at you style that the panel talked about, and so far so good for them.
It's working very well this game. They've got much better tools to actually close out the game in comparison to last time.
Where he was in game 1 on the Storm, it's not going to have a similar effect. Sure, it can still get there, but at this stage, you aren't going to see sort of Abed just run away with the game anytime soon. It's going to take time.
Who's going to have a Blink Dagger on top of that drums really soon, as well as the Earth Spirit. The great amount of control versus that Storm Spirit. They're doing a very good job of keeping that pressure on. More deep aggressive wards from TNC. One watching the Ancients. Another one watching where Ohio is farming on the left side there on that high ground. And Raven being spooky with that Shadowblade. Looking to get... So, Magnetize is ready. Warlock ult is ready. And
he gets it this time.
Finds it. He's got the TP out as well. Nicely done. And Sam H will go pick up that courier from the side over here too. So they will look to get aggressive. Abed jumps forward. He's looking for 1437. Raven's there, though. He's going to get a trade kill for sure. And one charges enough.
Oh, that's got to be pretty tilting. You know, that's sort of the play you make where you feel frustrated. You want to get that kill. You see it, and it just slips away in front of you.
that last hit. And the Shadow Word ticks him up to just enough. Envy now in a lot of trouble bottom. They get the jump. He is looking very dead here.
Oh, this is what, the third time in a row that we've seen this. Fantastic movements from TNC that Fnatic are struggling to deal with. Their highest net worth at the moment is a higher on the Omni Knight as Abed and Envy fall behind, and with the way that I don't see how they catch up Fnatic.
Me either. The deep aggressive wards by TNC just able to watch pretty much everything that Fnatic is setting up for, and the only way that Fnatic can go for these kind of counter ganks is if that Omni Knight is there, like you're mentioning, but uh-oh.
1-4-3-7 maybe. Paladai has the setup. In comes the zip. They will be able to take one down. Cuckoo heading up to the high ground. They are going to try and run away, but the Omni Slash comes through Pi. Ooh, gets saved for now by the Snowball, but the chase down's there with the Blade Fury. Paladai died to fall. They've got the silence onto Abed into the Omni Slash, into the Boulder Smash. Abed repelled up as well. Looking to retreat. They've already lost 2 on Fnatic. Can they get everyone else out of there? He has GA.
No TP.
Does not have the TP. As they'll lose the Omni Knight as well. Fnatic, they got a support kill, but a very...
Really not worth it. Losing 3 heroes there. They're getting desperate is what that tells me. They're just like, we need to try to do something to make space for our Dusa.
Yeah.
Slow down whatsoever. Every time Lasso's available, they're looking for pickoffs. Do they have reveal? They do have dust on Samich. If this breaks, he's gonna pop it. He doesn't get it, but they find DJ anyway.
Love to kill for TNC as they just run at them, picking them off.
Oh, look at top 2. Envy just poured it up here. Raven's already set up. Everybody else is collapsing as well.
Again. Get those stacks building up with the Essence Shift, and Envy dying a 5th time this game. It is slipping very quickly out of control for Fnatic.
Catch back up either. The only catch up is those Ancients, and like we said, TNC has so many wards, so much vision around, with the Slark also just running around in the Shadow Blade. I'm not seeing a good way for Fnatic to come back. This lineup, they can't go for fights at all. And with Raven, the other beautiful thing is too, is they have the Slark, so anytime they are playing under vision, Raven just pings it out, man.
Ooh, they do punish the Jug there.
Okay, nice.
He uses the Blade Fury aggressively, and Abed's quick in with the backup of the Tusk.
That's one way back. Try to...
Sentry down, they know the Pi's there. Get off the mark though. The combat.
Top tower is under attack.
Raven.
Oh, this is a big goal. Oh, okay.
Huge kills.
Suddenly, TNC lose the jump. Oh, this game.
Bloodstone now for Abed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We got a game on our hands then.
And the jump out to mid.
If we're going to see TNC lose heroes just as quickly as Fnatic were about... TNC is falling apart as they sort of go back to just out on the lane on their own.
They split up so hard after killing Envy. I think Cuckoo's going to use an aggressive spin like that again by himself.
No, yeah, you cannot.
That's probably the biggest one. But the other 2 pickoffs, those were pretty clean. Slark just not expecting those rotations to come out and was low on mana.
Just that hard turn, that sharp edge.
They can't make those kind of mistakes in this game. That's what we mentioned the last time too. Versus Medusa Storm, any couple of mistakes and the game can just get quickly turned around. 1-4-3-7 makes the call. He's like, all right, we're smoking, guys.
All right. I mean, to be fair, this is the play, because this has been working out for them each and every time. When they do, it's had a very high success rate this game.
They know where Envy's farming too. Look at them collapsing on him. But Fnatic, they seem very aware of this. They all hide into the corner here.
Looks like Envy will be kept safe. Along with the rest of the team. Sam H. Looking for a bit of it. Just a quick poke in the base, see if anyone was hanging around on the front lines. But Fnatic well aware that something sneaky was going on and not looking to be caught. DJ, though, he has been spotted. The tree line, they'll get something for their troubles, but it is not the worst loss for Fnatic.
They get a tower out of it too, though.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So playing around.
Radiant's top tower.
So making sure that the Medusa can't just snowball farm out of control from those. And I mean, Medusa, Envy is bottom 5 net worth.
Is under attack.
He is below the Bat Rider. Ultimates at the ready. They still have Lasso. They have everything else. And now Raven has hit a pretty critical mass item period. The Lincoln Sphere on top of the Shadow Blade. Pretty hard for him to be brought down now. Going a ganking build, unless he switches the item choices. Has Shadow Blade queued up on the Juggernaut.
Is under attack.
I thought that would be interesting that he feels the need to buy a Shadow Blade as well as the slot.
I don't really know if that's it's so needed this game.
No.
When they already have so much information going for them on the map. With all these deep wards, with Raven stalking so much with that Shadow Blade. A huge circle drawn by Sam H across the whole bottom side of the map. I'm pretty sure that's an indicator of don't farm our side, don't farm jungle, keep the pressure applied. They don't want to let this game go to late stages versus the Storm Medusa.
Absolutely not.
How's Abed?
It's going to get more worrying for them.
Abed's got the full Orchid.
Abed is making a comeback. He's climbing back up, and he had a slow start, but it was a start. And sure, he got held behind a little bit, but he didn't get absolutely destroyed. A little bit.
Gives him that high damage from the agility from Diffusal and just chase potential. And Mana Burn versus Dusa, very necessary.
And the Storm as well.
Yep.
Always nice. Every little helps if he's overextending. That last little bit of mana you can take away could catch him off mark.
They've got great vision right now from the side of TNC. They saw Abed farming Ancients, and they did see the rotation coming out from DJ and Envy. They might look to try to pick a fight here.
Let the fun begin.
Ravens.
Ready to get total map control.
Yeah.
On this for this slot.
Pi looks like he's just positioned for courier snipes. Look where he is on the map as a Nyx assassin. He's just.
I mean, he
all of Fnatic are grouped together. They are a bit afraid when Envy does push out to farm those lanes. Ohio. It's the only saving grace for them for those type of positions.
How can they hold it here? And how can TNC push in? TNC very good at sort of taking over the map, but as it comes to the high ground push, that's another question here. Fnatic.
They need to take a team wipe with Aegis, and then they can go for that. Gugu. Farming Ancients, Fnatic looking for something here. Same kind of initiation as like a Bat Rider. They do have the Orchid on the Storm though. They really need vision to be able to make a jump. TNC has the high ground advantage.
Oh, this could be painful for Fnatic if TNC get the right grab. Long enough to get the Stone Gears up, but no, Envy's low on mana. He's trying to get himself out of this. The Snowball buying some time for him. The GA's come through, but Envy's down. They've lost one on Fnatic. They're going to lose the Tusk as well. Double kill for Tims. As massively clean up. Triple kill for Tims. Only Abed getting away. They were just perfectly positioned for that. Cuckoo going in with a Blade Fury, scouting things out, knew that something was up. They grab him. They know that if they can stop that Medusa getting off the Stone Gaze, it's a very easy fight for TNC.
Tim's magnetized as well. And they're getting themselves a Rax already. That's exactly what they needed to do this game.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
They're going for a second one too. There's no glyph available.
In time to try and hold this, and indeed TNC, they'll back away. They're more than happy with what they were able to claim from that.
Barracks are under attack.
They certainly are.
Now they have a coming out 8k gold lead. They're going to have to clean up some shrines here, and with this kind of advantage versus Adusa, they can slow the pace down a bit. I think with the deep aggressive wards, they can still look to get those pickoffs, but Envy is so shut down here that even if it does go late game, they will start having those itemizations to take him out. Butterfly soon on Cuckoo, Raven. Gonna be going for Silver Edge.
They're inside, outside of the pit. It is going to be scouted out. TNC. I know what's going on here.
Do they have any more smokes on the side of TNC? They don't, but the Basher actually is the chosen item for Raven here.
Okay.
That extra amount of lockdown.
He wants to get under the pit. He'll get the D ward. Just have to bounce over the shards that are blocking the rest of his. They are scared. They don't want to commit to the Roshan whilst TNC is so ready for a fight like that. Gold lead for TNC. As once again they start to create that bit of a gap between their cores and that of Fnatic. There's some fantastic stand-up performances. We can see 4-0, 12. Spirit.
Yeah.
These two heroes. I mean, you could argue as just a whole, like two of the heroes that TNC as a team play the best around. With these players on them.
Yeah, they just have great. Fnatic just doesn't have those type of heroes. They don't have a blink on Nyx Assassin. They don't have a blink on Tusk either. They don't have ways to really initiate. So it's pretty much every single time TNC will start the fight, and that's waiting for that Warlock ulti to be up. It is back up now. Chaotic offering at the ready. TNC is ready to fight. Butterfly fully finished on Cuckoo now. He
Of course, Invasion will not be there. Sorry, True Strike will not be there for Fnatic for a while.
no, not for ages.
Bloodthorn for the Storm, even Bloodthorn for the Medusa in the late game can come out. It's a long way away, and TNC do not have any sort of intentions to let the game get to that point.
No.
The way that they're playing, they have full control still over the game.
They were just trying to get their lanes out in a good position so they can go smoke gank. Their smoke just came back off cooldown. They'll purchase it right away and look to try to take an engagement and go into that Roche pit.
Fnatic out again, just consistently just close to one another, whereas TNC, they do have the confidence to split up.
Yeah, just
send sort of Tims elsewhere, get at least a couple of lanes shoved in. But it is hard. He has to be careful with the detection that TNC have.
Yeah. He spotted.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, they're going to find him straight away.
Quick. And now 4v5 fight. Fnatic can't take it, so TNC's looking to really pressure them, but they might just make their way into the Roche pit if they don't find anybody else here. And that will be the choice. High respawns pretty quickly. He's still only level 10, so that quick respawn rate.
And TNC, they are also scared of Fnatic as it seems. Without having some of Fnatic members off the map.
I think that one also, inside the Roche pit, it kind of gives Fnatic a way to really start the fights a bit better. While if it's anywhere else, TNC has the advantage of starting those fights with the blink on the Warlock.
Crimson Guard. Finished now for Ohio.
Okay, some damage mitigation.
Nice to have, yeah, against these fast-hitting melee cores like Raven and Cuckoo. Tyler. Put the stun set up. Looking to punish though. Oh, that's silence. Instantly onto the Storm. He's going to choose to play around with him. Do they have the lockdown? Yes, they do. Sam8 slides in, has the lasso. The Storm. Oh, it saves him. Damage with the zips. And he actually is going to make it. What a save from DJ. As he'll definitely pay with his life, but what a save from the tusk there, where it looked like Arbed was dead for sure.
One more hit.
Oh my goodness.
Raven was kind of like deciding if he wanted to go for him there or if he wanted to go for the other target in the back, and then he switched. So maybe that one extra hit from Raven would have had the kill, but Bloodstone charges. And now Abed almost has a Hex finished up. And Hex versus Slark is one of the best items because you cannot remove it with Dark Effect anymore. He actually does have.
He's actually got it full. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's massive.
TNC though, everyone's up. Their lanes are in a great spot. They've got all their ultimates at the ready. Well, besides Magnetize, which will be up very soon.
Oh, they get the jump. They get the grab on Envy. Envy needs to have the free-man boulder smash into the Omni Slash. They're falling low on Fnatic. Nixus has him down. Will buy back straight away. Envy's out of mana. Chaotic offering drop. Will finish off the Medusa. He buys back. Fnatic throwing everything back into this one. Looking to turn things around. Arbed low on the mana. Can Fnatic actually get any kills out of this? TNC falling low. The Stone Gaze comes in. They've got the crit catch onto the Earth Spirit. They do lose Sam H on the retreat, but the rest of TNC will be fine. They cannot be caught by this chase from Fnatic. Unless, I mean, two buybacks coming through from Fnatic there. They do hold the defense.
Much needed buybacks to come out. They get.
I mean, they have to, yeah.
Yeah, they get a good amount of experience to come back there. For them to come back, but now that means now Envy is falling further far behind. It's pretty much just going to be Abed versus the world for the damage for his team. TNC, they do have to be careful though while the Earth Spirit and Bat Rider are down. They are susceptible. Now, Roche, Fnatic, they are looking for it here. Raven will go check it out. There is no. Now Earth Spirit has respawned. And Bat Rider buys back. They really want to take this fight.
They're ready to do. Raven leading in with the Shadow Dance. Jump forward from Tim's, gets the two-man boulder smash. Has got the follow-up, the silence. Hello, Raven's gone down for 80 seconds. Fnatic, they surround themselves. The Juggernaut as well. Cuckoo's gone. Arbed, unstoppable. Looks towards 1437. He hasn't quite got enough mana to play around for the kill, but it doesn't matter. Fnatic cause. And the Hex is just such a game changer against the Slark in this patch.
Fnatic bringing it back. Yeah. Sam H did not have the TP up to build TP out of bottom earlier, so his buyback was for not to be able to try to join his team. But yeah, the Hex on Abed, absolutely clutch there.
I mean, how'd you play? You just. Yeah,
I think the TNC just needs to always get the jump off.
Because what's Raven going for next on this rock?
BKB.
Yeah, he has to. He really does have to. Yeah. And as I say, again, some nice play from Tim's, but look at that, instantly in, proccing the Lincolns, and then getting the kill. Very, very cleanly done by Arbed, and with the two-cores gun.
Surprised how quickly Cuckoo died as well. BKB is finished now for the Slark.
Okay. Has to get it off as soon as that Lincoln's is popped. Even this fight, how's Envy's farm doing on the Medusas? He's still quite far behind.
Yeah, still pretty damn far behind.
completed Bloodthorn for Abed. He's ready to carry. He really is.
20 Bloodstone charges too. Almost 70 mana regen per second on him.
And Abed carry this game, at least hold it to the point that allows Envy to get back into it and become some sort of terror on this Medusa, which is it's going to take a lot of still a significant amount behind.
Yeah, TNC lost the gem in that last fight too, so now Raven, they have bought him a new one. TNC looking for another big item pickup on Cuckoo, the Lincoln Sphere, so that he can block out that Hex/Bloodthorn.
Of course, Ohio still very farm for the position he was in on that Omni.
For the Fnatic has taken the gold lead.
Raven
Top tower
on the hunt.
He's scouted though.
But oh, immediate jump, and again the link has popped and he's bursted. The reactions from Abed meaning that there's no time for the BKB to come out on the Slark, and Abed, he's moving for more, looks to Tim's, gets the Wicked Stick, and now 1-4-3. Heroes down on TNC. They are crumbling despite having the lead for the majority of this game.
Didn't he had the gem, right? So he saw Pi, and he didn't time. I think maybe he thought that Pi was just lurking around by himself, but everybody from Fnatic was there, and Fnatic now pushing the high ground.
My goodness.
Holy crap.
What a way, I mean, plays around him, but this, again, it's the games where Abed has decided he wants to win them. If they just win them, it seems. He just plays like an absolute madman. And I don't know what TNC can do. He's lost the lead that they had.
The fact that they can't get the fight, they can't start the fight now for the last 10 minutes or so. It's just been Fnatic getting every single jump. It is a huge problem.
What a pickup he was for the team.
Absolutely a monster. 8-1-6 on this Storm.
Yeah.
Envy has now finished up the Scotty. He is 1-7.
Fun shenanigans. Nearly 25. Was he getting 25 again on Storm? Joke my man.
He gets the jumps.
Oh, yes. The
500 distance remnants. Or he can do it for the Overlord Pierces. I mean, that's not so bad either. Both of them are the 500 distance auto remnant though.
Yes.
Because it gives you so much like information every time you jump, as well as just that extra little burst damage. And now Abed, 70 mana per second before he gets the Aghanims delivered. That's going to be 7.8. Late game Storm.
Let's see what he does take out of the two. I mean, sure, there's a BKB and a Blade Fury, but as you say, maybe the... Oh, wait, is he going to try and do the thing where he levels it when he...
Didn't fix that.
I mean, it's one of those things that doesn't need fixing because it's so gimmicky. I mean, he's not spending the point yet. Is he going to go for the show-stopping play? As you said, maybe it's not in the game. You lay down a whole stream of remnants if you skill the laying down an auto remnant in ball lightning whilst you zip in. I would love to see it.
He hasn't skilled it.
He hasn't skilled it. You know what I mean? Maybe he's still just considering saving it for the big play. Can he get himself to the major in style? I mean, that maximum style points if he does do so. Has he spent it yet? He's still not spent it.
He still has not. TNC. Close the gap onto him. He's holding skill point.
Dire's bottom tower
TNC now.
Attack.
10 minutes ago, they had a 10,000 gold advantage. Now, 10k gold advantage. Absolute ridiculous turnaround.
And Envy is making the recovery. He's now ahead of Raven's slot.
TNC doesn't have this another gem either. Last time, so they aren't playing under vision. Raven starts pinging it out now too. He's like, I am not Shadow Dance, guys. and his farm has slowed down incredibly quick. He is now below Eternal Envy. Now 42 minutes. It's the late game versus Fnatic's lineup.
Has he spent that skill point? He did. Oh, okay. He did, and he did go for the extra. It's out. Cuckoo's down. Slark. Can he do anything in this fight? He can't afford going down. He's put the BKB in the Shadow Darts. They start to move back. They've got the Stone Gaze. They jump forward with Raven. The Omni Slash as well from Cuckoo. Had to buy back for this affair. Does Omni Knight.
I think he's like, they've expended everything.
We've got to go back in, and Abed says, yes, please. He zips forward. Won't get the catch.
Abed's a bit low on mana, though. They do have to wait a minute for him to regen up. He does regen up very quickly, though, with those Bloodstone charges.
Roshan's nearly... Well, we'll see, I'll say, if it is going to be a short respawn time. Roshan may be the one to wait for. I mean... Maybe they just felt that they were going to go for more than they were up top.
I think they thought TNC was going to chase really, really hard, but they stopped as soon as they saw that buyback. Cuckoo is spotted by this vision. He used buyback. Raven is ping.
Zip zap.
Let's see what they can find here.
Yeah, they don't want to play around that right side now. The ward did finally die from the side of Fnatic, but TNC very afraid here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Regen rune on Abed. Spirit's bottle on top of that. And they go for shrines now. Over and over again.
They did not foresee this.
They did not want this game to get to the super late game, and it's getting to that point. They really wanted to have this game closed out by now.
And the closing in on having Butterfly complete on Medusa. TNC, they came so close.
Fnatic have the high ground here too. They're jumping in.
Abed looks for the...
Oh my god!
The 4-man Aghanim pull from Abed! Drags them all in, sets up for the Tim's kill. BKB comes out of Raven. He has to pounce himself away. They find the last one, but it doesn't matter. Abed ready to continue to go to work, bringing down Cuckoo as well. He's down for 100 seconds. Abed making... to cut the crease, but they've got a wave with them down middle. Fnatic. The Aghanims pick up 4 hero vortex.
Oh my god. Abed.
A lot to play for them because he absolutely deserves it. Coming over to Fnatic. One of the best trades of the season, I think you could say. Without a doubt. That's this game. I think it may just be over. They're just going for the game. There's no joke buyback for a minute. Raven is trying to poke in on this, but he knows he can't, Abed. They really hold this TNC. Abed goes in with the Vortex, drags in Samh. Envy picking up the kills. He's in the game as well. And it looks like this will be GG. Fnatic did it here in this game 3. They made the comeback. They're going for the Ancient, they're going for the game, and they're going to DreamHack Major, ladies and gentlemen. Envy made it. And he's bringing some of the best boys from Southeast Asia with them. Fnatic, ladies and gentlemen. They did it. TNC, commiserations to them. It's got to feel bad. Looked like Fnatic were sort of letting this slip away from them, but then suddenly Abed decides he wants to come over to EU, and he plays like an absolute crazy man.
I'm at like lost at words. TNC split up like once or twice after having their advantage, and Abed just goes absolutely crazy. Gets the Hex. That was just absolutely
from me and Fog today. As I said, you know, commiserations to TNC. They came very far. They showed a lot of promise today. And if they continue like this, I'm sure we'll see them qualify for lots of other events in the future. But as of today, in particular, pulling it through in some of these final games of the day that they had to get these wins in. And Fnatic have done it.
Wow.
That's it from me and Fog. Back to the panel.
For the longest of times, and then Abed says, no, wait a second, I'm playing Storm Spirit, I can get some kills, I can get some farm, and I can take this game over and basically win it for me and Fnatic.
I really enjoyed that game simply because it was pretty much anybody's game around that mid game, because we saw TNC having that big lead, but it was a very fragile lead. They needed to keep... They made, I think, 1 or 2 crucial mistakes, a fight or 2, and then that was it. You're playing against Storm, you're playing against Dusa, and that position 5 Nyx that was just constantly like sniping core, just in the enemy jungle, providing sight. Just a late game draft from Team Fnatic, and it paid off.
Definitely.
The reason I picked Fnatic is because it really only takes that one mistake for Slark. He has to constantly be ahead at a pretty significant net worth advantage.
Yeah.
And the moment like you mess up or you take a bad team fight or you take that high ground fight that doesn't really work out in your favor, you lose all momentum.
Yeah, we can take a look at the highlight clip we've got at this point. In the game, this Storm Spirit, please, don't go so fast. We need to enjoy this. Go back a little bit, please. Look at the positioning. Look at that range, by the way, as well. Okay, now slow play. Here he goes. And there it is. There it is. He's got 4. He's got 4 people. This is massive. This is huge. As you can see, he can't really do anything to stop this from happening, and everybody just falls in on each other, and it just crumbles. Sam Age, he gets his BKB off, but you know, he had a great game actually. It had to come from Sam Age as Batrider, and he had a great game.
He did what he
There was a great
do.
Earth Spirit as well. Tims did his job there.
I think that must be one of the worst ways to lose, where everyone had great games.
Yeah,
they did well, and then you just make 1 or 2 crucial mistakes as a team, and then that's it.
It's over.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with that Storm Spirit? Was there a way
on him pre-level 6? Like ideally, you want Tim's tried to roll in and connect on the Storm like multiple times, but he missed every single time, and it's just wasted time. And usually you want to get a kill on him because to apply pressure, but for the most part, aside from I guess the general sense of his team being behind, there wasn't a lot.
Well, it limited where he could farm in terms of who he could kill.
But he didn't die.
He didn't.
He did not.
The one plus side about TNC's draft is that most of their cores are very resistant to a Storm gank, right? Slark. Something that you touched on, when you're playing against a Storm draft, you better make sure that your cores don't die to the Storm. The problem is that they had a lead, but they were never able to break high ground. And as the game goes, it snowballs away from there.
I think the difference in this game is that Storm does have some targets to go on, namely the Warlock.
Yeah, the Warlock's the big one.
Yeah. Batrider, I guess, he had a BKB. The Earth Spirit as well. You can go on the Earth Spirit and you can force out Juggernaut to play a little more defensively. If you zip in on him, you either force him to spin or Manta, and then you can just zip out.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you.
So I'm really curious that that last game it was so close. How confident were you that Abed's Storm Spirit was gonna take over?
I mean, the first 30 minutes, we pretty much knew that we're most likely gonna lose, and we're like so quiet, but we're. And we just have to like chill and farm more because Envy is so unfarmed.
Yeah, it worked out.
It worked out well. We just sit all together in one place and we just kill somebody one by one.
So when we talked to Envy yesterday, he said that you guys said that you're losing. You guys don't say anything. So what led from losing to okay, we're winning again now?
Sorry.
Because when you guys are ahead, you guys are feeding information to each other, and when you're behind, how's that different?
We're like all quiet for the first 30 minutes when we knew that we're losing a lot. But we can still come back from the game. And we kind of getting noisy a little bit.
Who starts, I guess, the positive team that if you're losing or you guys are having a hard time, will sort of try and pick the team back up?
I think this game Abed is like very vocal because he has a lot of items and he knew what can he do in team fights and in the game. How can you? So after we picked off a lot of heroes.